Alrighty, we're back with Myth and Ellie and a mistyping of the word eclipse. So how I fix that? Myth, give us the unfiltered salt mine
Oh
of.
boy. Okay, where do we start? I think the fairest place to start is with Moose. To be fair to Moose, I messaged him this after. We actually did shoot him the first time he tabled us. That was on me. I thought he was super town. Like I thought we couldn't get him lynched, so we shot him.
you couldn't. That's why you killed him two times.
Yeah. But the second time is unforgivable, right? You can't do that when there's a claimed cop.
I mean, it almost worked. I was very confused when you rolled over for Zwang.
So I wouldn't have if there was any way I could, because you were right, right? Claiming the thief meant I had no outs, because the only person who was town who was dead at that point was Wisp, who was a prisoner who could not be policeman.
Oh, and Zwang
And I
had a
had,
red check on you.
sorry,
Zwang had a Mafia check on you.
right? So I would have to
Oh,
claim cop
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And you couldn't because you locked yourself out of that play.
yeah.
Um,
But locking myself out bought me a lot of town credit. Like, I think that if we kill Zwang, like if Moose does not disable us and we kill Zwang a little earlier, I think that Ufta and I both had been town red by most of the town that we can carry through.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, I think that's the case as well. Mostly because all the focus was on Ben.
right. All three
And
have
Zwang
been.
never gets her checks
Rich was
out.
scummy. Um, Spectrum was green checked by Zwang, so he got saved from inevitable misledge as well. The only other salt is, I mean, Ben called himself out for it, right? I was messaging
Oh
Ellie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like,
that's also a move though in a way, right? You gotta be thinking about what can go wrong. And to be fair to both of them, so Ben's a bit rusty. We haven't been playing that much Mafia recently. Like he had some IRL shit going on, but also like if I tell you like how to engineer these ties, it's a completely separate skill than being a good Mafia player. It's about like a system in
It's
which
being a
like
good
you're
it's being a good Hungarian player, yeah.
yeah, it's been a good Hungarian play. Like I'm not saying there's no skill in it because like there is actually a lot of skill in it, and like we wrote a whole article on it called like bargaining power and like who in these situations should be organizing the tie. And let me just tell you what I believe was the optimal situation. Uvda takes the reins of that day and says, "Okay, we're killing like what were the townspeople? Like we're gonna kill Spectrum here, right?
yeah, Spectrum or Rich.
And then at night, I'm going to kill the alien, and I'm going to axe Josh. And then, like, it's a Mafia town tie. That was the optimal outcome for them there. And then it's on Ben to give them a counter proposition guaranteeing that, like, Mafia will lose if they don't play ball with him. Right? Because
Right.
town will always go for the win. Like, there's a lot of theory you can go on here. Like, there's not one solution. But
Yeah,
certainly,
you
there's
said
a
this,
negotiation.
you said in a scoring document that once a bargain is effectively a draw, you would score it that way, even if somebody decided to break their side. Yeah.
It depends if they actually negotiated properly.
Yeah, but
If-
I didn't know that.
yeah, but one side just what's
It's very
Sure.
case by case basis, but yes, if there's like if somebody decides to be a jerk to somebody just because they want to be a jerk like towards them and not play for their team like maximum score at the end, once all this information is out, like we could say okay, this should have been a tie, just because like there's a lot more players behind you.
I mean, the idea is the idea that it being a bargaining draw is that someone's kingmaker and then they can't go either way, right?
Yeah.
Like
Somebody's
in theory-
kingmaker, and you have to
in theory,
respect.
in theory, you can make the read that they're gonna kingmake you.
No, but that's dumb.
I mean, yeah.
I think
But,
So-
the short days make negotiating ties really hard because no one even started talking about a tie until there was like less than a minute left in that day.
Yeah, possible.
I don't know if you
Okay.
can do anything about that, but
Spectrum can't speak
Because-
today.
because like the tie negotiation takes some time because most people don't know it.
exactly, yeah.
And you have to like verbalize the whole thing to people.
Yeah, but that's why
Because
it's
if
on,
even
that's
one
why it's
person's
on
not
Ben
board,
to
it all
do it,
falls
right?
apart, right?
Like yeah, just like the person who's the onus on the tie, I think they could propose it and have the
Well,
other
the
two.
person who has the most experience has to propose it in the first place, and that's bad.
Well, and that's the thing is like Ben said the word tie like very early and then shut up
Yeah.
and didn't say anything else.
Yeah, so like once you propose it correctly, are you calling it a draw? Is that I mean
They
I don't know,
like
it's wondering.
like what I'm saying is if there's like something going on and we feel that somebody like purposefully threw the game all the way
Okay.
at the end, even with complete information, just to be a jerk, That's when we would step in. We're not gonna overrule any other situation.
Okay, I got it.
That said, Spectrum won't be able to speak, and I think it's just about time to jump back into the game. Stay tuned for more Mafia. We'll be right back with the casters for night 1. Lovelies, after this amazingly long game, it's time to wake up. If you played back-to-back games and you're feeling exhausted, I feel you. But if you're fresh, then I don't feel you at all. Alien, what happened last night?
Alright, so I just want to remind everyone up front that this is an 11-person game. That means there are 3 Mafia, the Axe, the regular Mafia, and the Prostitute in the initial set of roles. There's no Bomb, and there's no Hunter.
Remind them about the alien changes as well?
Yes, so it is possible for aliens to get activated when someone dies at night, but at night, because, for example, if you were to kill the Hunter, which isn't in the setup, but if you were to kill the Hunter and they kill the proxy, then the alien would get activated. And earlier, we would not announce that till the end of the day. However, now we are announcing that as the morning starts. So these activations, of which there's no indication, which are called ninja activations, we announce them in the morning.
Yes. If the Mafia still attacks the proxy at night and the proxy doesn't die, then we don't announce anything. That's the only situation. Anyway.
Okay. So I am happy to announce that, of course, no one dies during the eclipse. However, Moose may... Oh, not Moose. My bad. Wrong.
Spectrum.
Very good. Spectrum may not speak and must turn off his camera.
And you must also turn off your camera.
Moose may also not speak. But that's
Alien camera.
Yes, very good.
Thank you. You have 6 minutes. Good luck.
Well, I'm glad we don't get to listen to Moose.
Hey, Logan. Prisoners with cider.
Dude, Mike and I are in prison.
Hold on, Logan.
Okay,
I'm not reading you yet, by the way.
No,
it's cool. I'm happy to come down this game. This may be a little bit of angle shooting, but I said to Alien before the game started, no whammies, and consequently, he did not give me a scum roll. So
okay, Logan's confirmed.
What just happened?
You're welcome, Rob.
What just happened?
Spider and Dude might claim prisoners, and if there's a Mafia between them, it's Spider.
Okay.
Snooze Cruise is Mafia this game.
Whoa. Logan's trying to lynch the prisoners already?
No, sorry. Don't worry. I just made a joke to Rob, my friend.
Okay.
Clem is Mafia. The team is Clem, Josh,
in this game, dude, Mike. So
James, what are you doing? Do you have the crystal ball behind your hood?
Yeah, I hacked Shakespeare's
Chad is
Discord.
Mafia, for sure.
Channeling my inner Mafia. Yeah, the team is
James, why are you
Josh.
talking so much?
I can hate this James play.
Sorry, it's my town play. You
All
gotta
right.
learn to live with it.
That's weird because I played with
Your
you.
town play or your Mafia play?
Yeah.
My Mafia play, I don't call other people.
He doesn't talk at all.
James, can I ask your crystal ball a
Got a
question?
point there.
Yes, you can.
Will I ever get married?
In the year 2024.
That's a long time.
And the
Hey,
price
Josh,
is China. What?
on track.
Hey Josh, did you understand the rule changes with Alien that they were discussing at the beginning of the game?
I did. I was also super scared last game, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, cool.
Good play, Josh.
Let's not talk about last game.
Chad, are you Mafia this game?
Not this game.
What are you
I'm
talking about,
actually not a power roll this time.
Okay, that's enough, Chad.
Okay.
Okay, let's kill Chad.
No, we're not killing Chad. He's just dumbtown. It's okay.
No,
we're not
Josh. I really though also
God,
wanted
we're
to.
killing James today.
You can kill me. I'll flip town, and I got the Mafia. Go for it.
Yeah, James already.
What are you trying to say over your fighter?
I'm just want to hear your opinion, like your
James
reason.
already speared the
I think
prisoners.
Snooze is town. I think James is kind of town. I think Logan's town. So far.
Hey, you guys,
Can you
Chad
say
knows
something
better
else?
than to do
Let's
that
news
play.
talk.
Can Earth say something?
Logan and Snooze are the strong reads there.
I think I agree with you, Mike.
What
Earth
did
say
you agree?
something.
I don't. I think Mike might be Mafia this time.
Yeah.
I don't.
We
no,
don't
No.
ever think I'm
We're
Mafia.
not.
There's really no
Today.
point in
We're
discussing.
You
not
are
like
real.
Mike today.
Thank you,
Yeah, I
fighter.
had Mike
First
as
you were
Mafia,
sitting
and
pushing
then
that
yesterday.
fighter. Now you're
Not
pushing
done
that
his Mafia.
me.
I really think he's coming yet
Wait
here,
for him
and
to do his
it's on
Mafia tells before you kill him. You have to wait for him to do his Mafia tells.
I'm not advocating going off the prisoners. Also, I never pushed on Fighter at all. I didn't even mention him. I
Dude,
said
did you have something important you wanted to say?
No, I just said there's no point in discussing the prisoners.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
I'm probably gonna be checked out most of
I
this.
think-
I have
Let's
noticed
hear from Rob.
whoever pushes prisoners in day one usually ends up being Mafia at the end of the day.
I would
I don't believe that.
Okay,
I
what do you say?
100% agree with Mike on that. 100% agree with Mike.
I wanted to hear from Snooze.
Me too.
I'm gonna nominate Urs because he just said that he's gonna be check out this game. Why would you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna put any effort in"?
Because it's 11.
Well, because the Mafia, like
o'clock at
yourself, are
night.
just going
Yes,
to
it's
reveal
11.
themselves.
I could party all night, boys.
Let's hear from Rob.
Good for you.
Chad,
Logan's down. I think James is down. I think both prisoners are down, but whatever. I don't think
Who
we
do you
should
think
mention
is
they
scum?
want. Chad. I thought Josh was okay.
Mafia.
I would probably vote up to Josh or Snooze at this point.
Okay, but not.
Why
Clem.
not Clem?
Maybe
But
Clem.
Town, duh.
I'm thinking
Josh.
You haven't said a damn word, Clem. How am I supposed to tell your town that was?
Wait, Chad, why Josh? What did he do?
Who what?
Josh, what did he do? Because
He hasn't done
apparently
anything
did
yet.
something.
I'm nominating Chad, by the way.
Then why you
I'm
vote him?
nominating
Rob, I
Chad.
think that's a waste of a nomination.
Because I would want him to be put up. What do you mean, why, Mike?
If Chad's put up, he's gonna get lynched in Chad's town. I'm just saying it how
I
it is.
don't believe it.
I think Josh and Clem are the two people I want to see up.
I think I want to see Rob up.
Well,
I'm gonna
I
vote
don't
Clem.
really
James,
like Rob. I
yeah.
feel like this is not
let's say
Rob's
the world,
town.
let's say the world, Chad is town. How are you so confident?
I play with Chad a bunch. He's a genuine read. Just body posture. If he's Mafia, then I'm just wrong.
I play with
So
Chad
how
more than
confident
you,
are
and I
you?
don't have that read.
Well, I think you're Mafia fighter.
And, does anybody want to nominate Snooze with me?
Let's leave
Just
the
one other
prisoners
person.
alone. We do not need two KBs for the Mafia.
I'll nominate
Can
you.
someone,
Mike, let's
someone put up,
Thanks, Chad.
Mike, let's work together here and let's
I'm
put
gonna
up
vote
James.
Josh.
You can
Thank
vote
someone
me
put up Rob
nothing.
with me, please.
I'm putting up James. Somebody put
How
up
about
James.
everyone puts me up?
No.
Why?
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
So I can.
I'm going to put Chad because him
You
pushing
talked a
Josh
lot
for no
already.
reason.
Okay, let's put up Clem.
I'm going to vote Josh. Because, the reason I'm voting Josh, the reason I'm suspicious of Josh, because Josh was thinking really hard during the aliens explanation of the rules at the beginning of the game, but he played in the previous game, so he should already know what those rules are, and I didn't understand why he was really furrowing his brow and like.
How is it scummy at all, though?
So
Yeah.
no, it's because
I asked him.
Put up Rob with me. Just put up Rob with me.
Oh,
I have it on good authority that Josh
The
is
scary
just,
thing
you know,
is, if Logan
just one of
is
those
down,
guys.
he's
Rob,
really
put
good
up
at
like-
reads. But if he's
Okay.
Mafia,
I've
he's
changed
good
my
at-
mind. I go going Josh with Logan. I think Logan's down.
I was good at reads, and just because I'm good at reads in one game doesn't mean you should be sheeping and following me. That's lazy play on your part, even if you are a town.
No, I'm not saying I'm sheeping. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that you're good on reads, but at the same time, you're good at Mafia at misleading.
Gosh, have you
Sure,
seen
just
me?
play with me like a normal person then.
But you're not. You're Logan.
I think he's by the
Very
way.
true.
I just think he's dumb.
And don't nominate the axe person. It's just
I'm voting for fighter.
Thank you. Please turn your camera on if your name is Spectrum. Thank you. There are 11 of you alive. Please make sure you're muted because I can hear somebody's deep manly breathing.
That would be
Thank you.
my own.
Okay, so please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord. Is this game 12? Yeah, no. It's 10 men and a woman. But yeah, please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord. Okay, I have 11 votes. Alrighty, if you're voting at Spectrum, please put your hands up. How about Snooze? What about James? Wait, hands up for Snooze one more time, I'm sorry. That's 2 on Snooze. Snooze gets nominated. How about James? What about... Is that 2 on James or 1 on James? 1. Okay, what about Dude Mike? Going on to Jurist? What about Rob Alloy? Going on to Fighter? What about Clem? What about Chad? Okay, what about Logan? Going on to Josh? Ah, there he goes. The vote will be between Snooze and Josh. The betting game is open. It's bet 0 for Snooze getting executed here and betting 1 for Josh getting executed here. Alien, what order will these people speak in?
Josh goes first, followed by Snooze.
Take it away, Josh. 1 minute. You're muted, Josh.
Oh, cool. Okay. So first of all, I actually don't really think Snooze is scum, but I'm a PR. Don't lynch me. You're stupid. So yeah, I have Snooze's town. I think Dude Mike is moderately town. I still think Logan's town. I don't think he's scum like nomming me. I just thought his play was genuine. I have Alloy's town. I think Clem is scummy. I think Chad's scummy. Eurus is scummy as well. I don't really have a read on Fighter, but I do think James is town. So I guess you could say they could have confidence on each other, but I don't really want to lynch in there at all. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Josh. Please turn off your camera if you're done. Snooze, take it away. You have 1 minute.
Hi everybody, it's me, Snooze Cruise. How are we all doing tonight? Having fun? Good, okay. Don't kill me. Kill, what's his name? Who's the guy? Josh? He did the whole I'm PR last game. I'm PR too. Oh, PR I am. Not Mafia. Don't kill me. I'm still kind of sick. Sad.
You have 10 seconds.
I'm done.
Thank you. Please turn your camera off, or like turn your camera back on as soon as you're done voting between Snooze and Josh. Snippety snip snip with those scissors. As soon as you vote, turn your camera back on. Okay, let me just stop the betting game after I think some easy lies are about to be made. If you're voting for Snooze, please put your hands up. And if you're voting for Josh, please put your hands up. 1, 2, Snooze with 9 out of 11 votes dies and reveals to be
Mafia. Everyone, please go back to sleep.
She was a special. She was the most special. Thank you so much, Snooze. Again, if you haven't seen Snooze's video, just type !Snooze in Twitch chat. It's absolutely amazing. In any case, I'll go hang out with Ellie and Meth, who will be analyzing this game.
Rely on other people.
We are live, and this day was kind of a mess, no?
Oh, we both missed the flip, or I missed the flip. Who died?
Snooze died, and she was Mafia.
Okay.
Oh, I was wrong on like all accounts. That's typical.
You thought it was Josh who was Mafia, and
I thought Josh was Mafia. I thought Josh would die.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough luck. I'm not sure if Josh is not Mafia. Like, also it has to be said that this is like Josh's second game in the setup.
I mean, we talked about a lot about how to play it before, though. Like,
oh, so you've coached him essentially.
We have a group for 451 where we talk. So yeah,
that's nice. I mean, that's what we want to see, right? It's not just people coming in to watch, but also to reflect on what's going on. So yeah, Josh coming out doesn't mean he's PR. I'm pretty sure he's figured out that the optimal thing to do on day one is to just literally claim PR every time.
I tend to basically always pressure and try and lynch soft claims that don't come out day two. Like,
I'm pro. Oh, I should mute the stream. I hear myself. This is horrible.
Yeah, it's probably is horrible for you.
I mean, I generally think it's correct to claim PR if you're not going first. Always, I just do it. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's one way to stay alive, and maybe it starts getting punished.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I usually see it as a Mafia play. Like, you can do it as town too. Trying to think about
absolutely.
Stuff,
like, there's no doubt about that. But he put it off once as town last game, and it worked out pretty well. Mostly because he was the hunter.
Yeah. I mean, even if he wasn't, right? Like, it was very reasonable. He just make sure he's not like.
Yep.
Because like the amount of people who are willing to lynch a PR claim day one is just much less than those aren't right now.
What do you make of
like obviously if everyone did it, it's incorrect. But just given the climate right now,
it's Chad's game right now, not Whisper. Chad is
and Chad claims VT in like 10 seconds.
So the prisoners are Fighter and who?
Mike.
Mike. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Chad's vote there in the end. Chad was the only one besides Snooze who didn't vote at Josh. Or who didn't vote at Snooze.
I don't think Chad Scum just claims VT in 10 seconds, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think what else was interesting? Dude, Mike saying in his experience, the people who push on prisoners tend to be mafia. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
we're yet
think
to see. We're yet to see a game from Mike in which he's killing mafia. Like we have
Ah,
no
yeah.
idea what Mike with information looks
Yeah,
like.
no. But like, I'm not sure if he believes that, but because I don't think it's true.
One thing
I don't think it's true given the games we've had.
One thing I keep hearing that I want to address is I keep hearing Rob and other people too, but Rob's one that said today trying to put up the X person on day one, and that is I mean, unless you have reason to think they're the cop or something, then like that's a big pet peeve of mine.
Nobody will die. Nobody dies, and Chad may not speak.
Chad may not speak.
Yeah. So what? Did Chad soft policeman there or something?
I thought he just hard claimed not PR.
I mean, maybe Chad saved
Bad.
Josh's life, and Josh comes out as doctor now and says he saved Chad, and the game's just cracked open. Or maybe he's mafia. Who knows?
I don't know. I think if there's a prisoner, I mean, mafia and the prisoners is probably Dude Mike, but just based off nothing though. Based off just that, I think the mafia are more likely to push prisoner's name and seems made up to me. Maybe just from the games I've watched.
Okay. Final parting thoughts before we cut back to the game.
Go Josh.
Go Josh. Go Josh indeed. We'll be back with the game in a second. Don't go anywhere. Alien, we're good to go.
Right, let's all wake up. All right, that's 10 of you. I am happy to announce that last night nobody died. However, today Chad may not speak and must turn off his camera.
And you have 5 minutes. Good luck, have fun.
Who saved me? Was it Chad?
Can I talk?
Cock.
Yeah, I'm not a PR again. This time I'm telling the truth, maybe. Who knows? But that was a terrible confessional, so either way. Anyways, so just also...
Ew, Josh, what the fuck?
It worked. It got Mafia Lynch, and I'm town. So...
Yeah, but if...
Well, what it did was...
If Snooze Cruz is actually a PR, just...
Yeah, which is why I claimed a generic PR. If you claim something
Gosh,
specific...
that's still terrible, and you should.
Bad,
Yeah, because
bad
you're
play.
absolutely
Now,
a
like,
bad
if
play.
you're both dumb.
Next
Okay,
time,
guys, we don't have to talk about this all day.
Saving you if you claim just a generic PR. I wasted
Go
doctor
for
state.
it. Do we have a doc claim?
He just did.
Just did.
Who was the doc claim? Sorry.
Who was? I didn't hear.
And who did you doc?
I saved Josh and it took a long time for me to put it in because I didn't believe him. But last game he ended up being Hunter after claiming it, so I went ahead and did it. But now he's literally wasted for me. The rest of the time I ever play with him, I'll never save him.
Sure, okay, but
No, that's okay, because I was
let's break that in post game.
I was the thief, and I got to choose between doctor and alien.
Wait a minute. We have very
There's no alien in the game? No alien? That's good to hear. It's good to
Okay.
hear.
Cool.
Okay, that's
no
simple.
alien?
Do we have a hunter claim?
I don't think
There's
we
no
are.
hunter, there's no bomb.
There's no hunter in the setup.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm rejecting
It's
them.
We don't have a hunter claim.
Sorry.
It's literally this bottom row of Logan, Rob Alloy, James, Clem.
Okay, it looks
No,
different on all of our
I think we
screens.
just
Like
on
it's
Spider
down.
today. Dude, Mike, I think your town, probably,
So-
hopefully.
I think Mike's
So
down
guys,
too.
can
I
we,
think
can
Mike's
we all
down
talk
too.
about...
Let's not
guys.
attack the prisoners right now.
Eurus, go ahead.
Mike, we're gonna attack the prisoners and we're gonna kill Spider.
No,
now.
we're not
Shut up.
attacking the prisoners.
Shush,
We're going to
shush,
kill you
shush.
if you keep saying
Quiet.
that.
You can
Quiet.
try and kill me, but I'm voting Spider.
Guys, can we talk about the fact that I think the only person who didn't watch last game was Clem?
I didn't watch last game.
I
Did
watched
not
like
watch
the
last
last day or two.
I watched half of last
Okay,
game.
in the first day of the previous game, Josh claimed PR exactly the same way on day one.
So
Okay.
you think Clem is
rescinded it
Mafia?
on day two. I think Clem is probably
think that's
Mafia.
a good
Yeah, but
point.
then he ended up being PR.
I'd be
Why
fine
does
killing Clem.
why does me not watching day one
No,
of last
okay,
game?
that's part of it. Another part of it is the fact that you nominated, I don't even care who,
Me.
but when you saw that you were the
Bro.
only person who voted them, you kind of shook your head and it looked like you were faking a reaction like, "Oh man, I am so disappointed this person did not
I
get
do that
nominated."
literally every time. I'm the only person who nominate, and I was fucking asking people to nominate Rob with me like 5 times. So I'm
But
a little,
Rob's town.
annoyed that no one else nominated him. Like, this
Why
is
didn't
a
you try to
shitty
get
read.
somebody
Rob, will you put up Clem with me?
actually do
I
it?
was trying to get someone else to nominate Rob with me because I thought Rob was scum. Like, that's
I will
what
think
kind
about
of
it.
fucking
I
question is
think
that?
about Chad.
Why the fuck
So-
else would
so
I
scummy.
nominate
Ask Chad.
Rob with me?
Just let me hard town shield Chad for one more day. We
James
can-
is really pushing our prisoners.
I want to know why
Want a
Chad
double KP.
put
Yeah,
up-
I got axed.
then was the only person to not vote on
James needs the double
want to
KP
put-
to have
I'm
a shot at
pushing yours.
winning.
I want
Otherwise,
to-
we're stomping the Mafia this game.
Yeah,
We're
I'm gonna vote
stomping
on
that.
Yours logic is just so.
You can put me up. I'll give a defense, and if I flip
I will
out,
put
then
you
you're
up
gonna have good
every day
information.
until
I'm
you
not
die.
afraid.
I'll put you up every day until you die because I think everybody else in the game is townier than you. So
Okay.
yeah,
Then you're either really
I
bad or
will
you're
put you up
mafia.
every fucking day. I think Logan's town. I think Rob Alloy's town. Yours is making a good case right now to bury Clem, and I kind of agree with yours.
Okay, then you
so
have 3
I'm
good
not
reads.
lynching dude.
Or you have then
Because
let's put up Clem. Let's put up Clem. You have
No,
4
No,
good-
he's not
Not
trying to
putting
lynch
up-
me, fighter. He's trying to
It's
lynch
Rob.
you.
It's Rob and or yours.
And then I don't fucking know who the fourth is, but
There's
I
only
don't think
3.
it's dude.
I think it could be Rob, but I like the case on Clem. I like the case
But
on
why Rob isn't talking? Rob is saying nothing.
He's
Town
been
Rob
contributing.
talk. Okay, what's he contributed?
Why did Chad
Didn't
get
they,
axed? Let me claim VT.
Logan, you said you didn't watch last game, right?
I watched the last day. It seemed
So
weird.
earlier last day when you were nominating,
Wait a second here.
when you were nominating me at the beginning of the last
Wait.
day,
We got 1 minute left. Rob had put up a
but
good
don't
point.
fucking talk over people when there's a minute left to say there's a minute left. She's letting them fucking talk.
You're talking over people.
Logan's town.
You're literally yelling over people.
Yeah, I know I am, but because Mike does this
Okay,
every
guys,
game,
we have
all the
little
time.
left.
Okay, then let's kill him
Are
and
we
fight
putting
him.
up Chad today?
We're putting up.
No, we're not putting up Chad, obviously.
Okay, put up
Okay.
Clem.
We're
Good to
putting
know.
up Rob.
James,
Don't
James,
put me
you
up.
and I
you
will
dumbasses.
vote Clem. Nobody else has to nominate Clem.
Got it.
Put up Rob.
Don't put up Rob.
I'll
Okay,
vote Rob.
You and Logan will vote for
Logan,
Rob.
don't put up Rob. That's a waste of vote. Put up dude
I'll
Mike.
vote Logan.
I'm a nom Rob. Other people nom
I
Clem.
think I put up fucking.
We're not putting
You're
up
not
fucking
Clem.
the prisoners
I
today. We're
suggest
not
that
putting up
you-
the fucking prisoners.
Oh, sorry,
today.
you're a prisoner? I thought it was Fighter and...
No, Mike and Fighter are.
It's Fighter and
James
Mike.
wants Mike up.
Mike and
We're
Fighter
not
are
fucking
prisoners.
putting Mike up.
Yeah, we're not putting Mike. I'm putting you up. Or we're...
When people complain about smaller games, they certainly forget how much more focused they are. Anyway, chat, please turn your camera back on. Everybody should be muted at this point. Please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord. Alien.
Yes, sir.
What's the most interesting thing that has happened to you in the past 20 minutes?
Well, I had this really great sandwich, and it had, like, the meat was really exotic. I don't know what it was. I'll probably be sick tomorrow.
I'm missing 3 votes. Please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord. I'm missing 2 votes. We're getting there. Please make sure you're muted. Okay, that should be all the votes. If you are voting at Chad, please put your hands up. That's 1 on Chad. If you're voting for Spectrum, hands up. How about Mike? What about Josh? What about Logan? 1 on Logan. Going on to Alloy. Hands up for Alloy. 2 on Alloy. Alloy gets nominated. How about Fighter? Going on to James. 1. Going on to Clem. 3 on Clem, 4 on Clem, so Alloy and Clem are so far nominated. Jurist. 1. Okay, the only nominees are Alloy and Clem. Everybody else, please turn off your cameras. The betting game is open. Exclamation point bet 0 for Alloy, bet 1 for Clem, followed by some number of lies. Alien, what order are they gonna speak in?
Alloy goes first, then Clem.
Take it away, Rob. You have 1 minute.
I'm in town. I think both prisoners is town. I think Logan's in town. Spectrum claimed Doctor. I think Fighter pushing on James is weird, but I still am reading both of prisoners town. James is like obvious town, I think, this game. He said more this game than he said in all his other games combined. Clem, I don't understand why you think I'm Mafia. I'm not. It's making me read you Mafia, but I'm not sure. I think Chad being axed is weird. I think Chad is likely Mafia now. I think it's like nominating him. If everybody doesn't nominate him, it's bad. So
10 seconds.
Vote Clem here. I'm sorry if you're town.
Thank you. Please turn your camera off. Clem, 1 minute. Take it away.
All right, I'm the cop. I have green checks on Spectrum and Chad. I'm pretty sure Rob is scum here, anyways. He's not playing the way he normally does his town, where he's talkative and saying shit. He's just sort of fading into the background and only talking when pressed. I think that's his scum game. I kind of I want to say James is scum for that late push at Mike. Like he was trying to get Mike nominated with like 30 seconds left, and I think it's either poor play or scummy. I'm gonna say last scum is probably in James, Urist, and Logan. But I don't think it's Logan. I guess it could be Josh. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that fake PR claim thing.
10 seconds.
So kill Rob. That's all I got.
Thank you so much. Please turn your camera off. You can only vote between Alloy and Clem. Please get your votes in on Discord and then turn your cameras back on.
I abstain.
Fighter abstains. If that changes your vote, you can still change it. Okay, I'm expecting 9 votes.
Well, abstain also. Fighter's abstaining.
Okay, Mike, turn your camera back on. If Mike's abstention causes you to change your vote, you can still change it. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds, and after that, all votes are final. Please make sure the last vote I have on Discord is the one you want me to use. Meanwhile, if you're in Twitch chat, please get your bets in. Bet 0 for Alloy, bet 1 for Clem. Alrighty. If you are voting on Alloy, please put your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Alloy, I imagine, is the only one voting on Clem. Alloy dies and reveals to be
Mafia. Everyone, please go back to sleep.
I was gonna make a joke about explosive properties, but then again, there's no bomb in this setup. We'll be back with the casters in a second. Stay tuned.
Was Mafia the whole time? Is that,
Oh, yeah.
is that, no, 100% of the time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Town is doing amazing, right? Am I right?
Yeah, Ellie had him pegged the whole time.
100%.
Who's the last Mafia?
We want to hear a secret, but we were having a very enjoyable conversation with the stream muted the whole time. We realized this around when there were only Clem and Rob were talking.
Oh, wait, we missed that day. Oh,
Oh, you were just chatting between the two.
Yeah,
of
we
you.
were talking about theory and like how
we
like
were mostly talking about the game, to be fair.
No, I don't mind that, honestly. Like, you're not missing much. Town is absolutely wrecking the Mafia here.
I don't necessarily want to out what we were talking about because it feels like Elliot was disclosing some strat information that he might not be able to.
and then just outing personal information concerning where some of us might have went for college.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean,
I did not know.
I was telling him how this, like
Yeah,
everyone
that's
from
fine.
451 thought I was part of Liars Club in college, and I'm like, no.
You were. You played with us exactly once.
That's exactly.
Yeah, he said it sucked. He didn't come back.
I mean, I think he still thinks it sucks, but he doesn't.
I mean, no.
To do it this time.
It's very entertaining. Anyway, why did something happen for Fighter to abstain? Because we have no idea.
No, I don't think so. I think they were just like, I don't want my fingerprints on this gun if it misfires.
All right, here's the thing. This has been a weird experience for me coming from in-person Liars Club to online because the players here are, I think, are objectively like quite skilled for like a lot of fundamentals, but they do not know these setups at all. And so you see a whole bunch of weird things that you never see in person, like these abstains. Like you just never see anyone do that because it makes no sense.
Yep, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I think people, so like there's this concept of no voting in Video Mafia especially, but also Forum, Like you just like say, I don't want to vote anybody here. And they think it's that when it's not. Like there's a very good reason it's not called like I no vote or whatever. It's called an abstain because like it's supposed to solve these like very stupid end games.
Yeah, we were talking. We were talking
Yeah,
about
but like I wanna make it visible for the stream that we're talking about it. You know, like Ellie, we're not here to entertain you. We're entertaining like 40 other people or like
40. Oh, we're at 40. Oh, damn. Is that what's the record, Shakes?
Like 60-ish last season at the final. Like
Will it hurt your feelings if I tell you that 20 of them are my alt accounts?
And the other 20 are my alt accounts. So
Wait, who was the third person that was nominated? We saw Clem and Rob.
No, it was just Clem and Rob.
Oh, cool.
Wait, Ellie, you didn't know that? I knew that.
Ellie, I nominate Myth. Do you second Myth?
No defense.
No defense. But yeah, so like, let me just make one more announcement. If you feel that like you have this this cool idea about a video about yourself or another player that we can make, just like Snooze's video, by all means, go for it, because this is extremely entertaining to watch. The player's own take on their Mafia/social deduction side.
I'm surprised you haven't made like a slideshow of you and Alien growing up with like romantic music in the background. You have a bunch of good photos together.
I am about to ban Ellie from Liars Club. I don't know if you're sensing
If
that.
you'll ban Ellie, I'm quitting.
Yeah. We're just waiting for stuff. Oh, Clem dies, my bad. I was having so much fun that I didn't see Alien's message. Clem dies and reveals to be not Mafia, and Fighter may not vote today. So that's what you get for abstaining. Your vote gets taken away.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just make sure the overlay works, and I'm just gonna switch back to the day.
We'll watch the stream this time.
I mean, it's your choice. I don't really care. But let's go back to the game. By all means, you can make googly eyes at each other and then like go on romantic dinners. You do that, okay? See you soon. Okay, Alien, the casters are having so much fun that I came back to you.
You always come back to me, Shakespeare.
Don't give them.
You may roam far and wide.
No.
But there's only one other admin for you, and it's me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's somebody else. Anyway, what happened last night?
All right, last night, Clem died. Clem was not Mafia, and Fighter may not vote today.
And you have 4 minutes. Good luck.
So we basically have this in the bag, right?
Yeah, do Mike and Fighter a town. There's like no way I could see them as being Mafia.
I know what they're doing.
Fighter a town.
Josh, I really want to hear what you had to say yesterday.
Okay, Logan.
Wait a second. They tried to take out my vote because they wanted to
You're lagging.
Yeah, you were
put
going
me
to.
up and then have me lynch as the prisoners to get me and Dude Mike killed.
But we're not lynching you. There's no way. You're
Exactly
both
what they
town.
just
I won't push on you today, Fighter.
We're fine. Don't worry about Fighter.
They just
But who would sit there and do that though?
I think the only person that I could willingly push today would be Josh or Mike. Either
Yeah,
Josh
well,
or
I
Mike.
really would like to hear what Josh.
No, not Mike. Not Mike. I mean, Josh and Uris.
Josh has a green check on him, and the only
wait.
Mafia left is the Axe.
Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck to push.
Oh yeah, that's true. The Mafia has. So okay.
Josh is
whatever.
confirmed.
I said
Chad is confirmed.
one, but
Spectrum
they
is
don't.
confirmed.
But I'm not gonna push Fighter because he can't vote.
Yeah. So we. So
I was also the person who nominated Snooze on day
Yeah,
one.
don't worry.
So I'm
You know what?
basically
Like,
confirmed.
Everybody saw Snooze. I
What
saw
the hell is
No, hold on.
this?
Hold on. But before we get too far into this logic, just remember that because there's only 3 Mafia and one of them is the role blocker who doesn't know the other 2, that means that there's at least 1 Mafia player that Snooze didn't know the identity of, and possibly 2. Probably 2, I would imagine. But like,
but I also,
the last Mafia doesn't.
I also think that Eurus wouldn't have stepped up there and spoke out like he did, because if we lynched Town in that spot and Eurus put up Town, then we would just turn around and lynch Eurus.
Well, that's I mean, that's a poor way of playing, but I guess some people would do that.
Are you actually
the pool is James, myself, and Eurus, right?
Do you have to be a snarky ass about that comment? Do you really have to?
Yeah,
be a
yeah, I
snarky
do.
ass?
I do. It's it helps me feel better about my.
That's Logan.
Why is Chad out of the pool?
Why? Because Chad has a green check, does he not?
Okay.
And
Okay.
Axe has a green check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're just not because there's no alien in the game. So we know that if
I still felt bad for my shitty day one vote. I honestly just thought Josh was scum lying about being PR.
Okay, well, hey, you're confirmed now, so you can ride that into the sunset.
Logan, can you remind me green checks, please?
Can I remind you of the green checks?
Yes.
I believe, as they have stated, they were Josh and Chad.
Yes,
that's what yours
that's
said.
correct.
That's what everyone else has been saying. So
Okay.
I
forgot. I genuinely forgot.
Okay,
Left side of my screen.
Who pushed on the day one list again? Who was the people that nominated the day one list?
The people who nominated Snooze were myself and yourself.
First in chat.
I think I'm
God, like I don't know who's talented. I mean, who's scum?
We could do James.
I feel like James is the only option right now.
Yeah, if you want to lynch me, you can. I'll give my reads.
Before it gets too late, if we lynch a town and then at some point we have to start deciding between Fighter and Dude Mike, the later we get in the game to kill two people, the harder it gets.
Oh no, I'm killing them next
Sure,
day.
but just
don't we kill Fighter.
But I really think that Dude Mike's town here.
I think Dude Mike's town.
He hasn't done his obnoxious Mafia game that I fucking
Logan
hate.
can't be scum. Logan pushed
Thanks
on the
a lot,
freaking.
bye.
Logan could be scum. He's a good player, but it's unlikely.
I love you, Dude Mike, but I spent the entire game yesterday on the cast going, Dude Mike is Mafia, Dude Mike is Mafia, and then you weren't.
Hey, that was a good game though.
I think James and Logan should win the game, right?
No, not necessarily, because there could be Mafia in the prisoners, and also there's
I agree.
still theoretically be Mafia.
I don't think Fighter's Mafia, honestly.
The only good thing about lynching the prisoners, if we both turn out to be town, which I think is what would happen, would
we get a
then
lot
you
of
would just clear out all the other.
I would almost always vote Dude Mike.
And we got James and we got Urist right now, unconfirmed.
First is probably town.
So
I
the
think
thing is,
This doesn't make any sense.
if we were to lynch the prisoners, then the Mafia would just kill Chad and Josh.
Time is up. Please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord and make sure you're muted. I can kind of hear myself. Thank you. Alrighty, we're waiting for 7 votes. Friday can't vote today. Getting there. I have 4. I have 5. Fighter, you can't vote, my friend. Let me see what you typed to me. Well, I know who you would have voted, but you can't say that. Thank you. I'm waiting for 1 vote. Josh, just make sure you're sending me the stuff, not Alien. Do I have? Okay. If you're voting at Spectrum, please put your hands up. Going on to Fighter. 2 on Fighter. Going on to Josh. Fighter's about to fight. What about James? 5 on James. So James and Fighter are nominated. Everybody else turn off your cameras. Aylin, what order are they going to speak in?
James first, then Fighter.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give my reads. It is okay to lynch me here. I really would prefer to lynch Fighter, even if both prisoners are town. Fighter dies, Dude Mike dies, Mafia kills Spectrum, Chad, or Josh. That leaves us with a lot of confirms, and the pool is going to be between Logan and Urist. So it's like, if we get Fighter, you got to understand, if we get rid of you, and you are town, and Dude Mike is town, we literally have auto, because it's left between Urist and Logan, and town can figure that out. I am town reading everyone. Spectrum's a medic. Josh has a green check on him. Chad has a green check on him. Dude Mike, I really think it's just between Dude Mike and Fighter. I don't think this is Logan's Mafia game. If it is, very well played, Logan. I didn't read you scum. And I honestly do think it's a good play to lynch the prisoners here. But if you don't take my word for it, go ahead, lynch me. It's okay. I will flip town, and hopefully that will give you some information.
10 seconds.
I think a Fighter flip would be much more valuable than a James flip, but whatever you see is fit. There is 1 Mafia left. If you think I'm the last Mafia, vote me.
And that's time. Thank you so much, James. Please turn off your camera. Fighter, not 1 minute, excuse me.
All right, so here's why Dude Mike is town. So Dude Mike plays this Mafia game where he pretends that he's not as good as he is. Like, Dude Mike won the Mafia championship, so he's actually a good player. But he does this Southern drawl thing where he goes, oh, I'm not as smart. Or he starts doing like dumb tells, but he does them on purpose because he's trying to manipulate people. He hasn't done a single one of those things this game. Instead, he's taken the game back like I have, taken a look at it and tried to read everything and analyze it properly. James is going to spin you some bullshit about lynching the prisoners and how it's okay. It's not really okay to lynch the prisoners right now, because once you do that, you lose all of the confirms, and the confirms have good towny thoughts because they actually are town, and you can have the town control the narrative. The Mafia who's left needs the prisoners dead so that way they can control the voice. There's also a very obvious spew thing that makes James the last Mafia, and that's that he wanted to kill the prisoners from the get-go.
10 seconds.
In every single Liars Club game I've watched, Mafia want to kill the prisoners day 1 or day 2 when there's no Mafia in the prisoners. Therefore, we're both town.
Thank you, Fighter. Please turn your camera off. The vote is between Fighter and James. Please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord, unless your name is Fighter, because you cannot vote. I'm expecting 7 votes. It takes 4 to kill. I am waiting for everybody's cameras to come back on as soon as you have voted. Alien.
Yep.
When you get to this position, when you're in charge of the stream, I need you to come up with some really good jokes. Not like
Don't worry.
not like bad jokes, good jokes.
Thanks, man.
Anyway, if you're voting for James, put your hands up. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're voting for Fighter, hands up. 1, 2, 3. James dies and reveals to be
Not Mafia. Everyone, please go to sleep.
Well, at least Twitch chat got it right. By right, I mean they knew James was dying. Anyway, we'll be back with Z casters. Don't go anywhere.
This time.
Yeah.
Like we.
So
unmuted
did
it,
you
talked
did
over-
you watch the game this time, my friends?
It's an improvement. So we had the stream unmuted, but we just talked over it.
I see.
We figured out that the last Mafia remaining is the axe.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. The last Mafia remaining is the axe.
And,
Look,
we randomly chose Fighter to have have axed himself. No evidence whatsoever.
I'm just going to the logic of not killing the prisoners, and they wouldn't have lost all the confirms. They would have had the doctor as a confirmed in the end.
Doctor, is there a doctor that claimed?
Yeah, Spectrum claimed doctor with a save on. Spectrum claimed doctor with a save on Josh. Josh and Chad have been green checked, so you had 3.
We knew that part actually because someone said it.
Yeah. So right now the game gets much more complicated because they don't want to kill the prisoners. I am low key thinking that Fighter axed himself.
We high key thought that.
You high key thought that. Okay.
We are the best casters.
Yeah, I mean we have the hive caster mind, right?
I mean, I was complaining that I wasn't in this game, which seems like it's going to be a stunt.
Well,
I
it
can't
doesn't
believe
look like it
Like,
anymore.
All these free town points being collected by people who just kind of showed up.
Yeah. I made
After I fight a hard fought game and lose to that nuts.
Biggest misplay of the game was me being the one to drop.
I mean, we would have asked either you or Dude Mike, just because we know you you're gonna whine to hell and back about the 12-person game you're first to be a part in. So
you hate 12-person games.
I could have rolled Mafia. Nah, believe in the luck.
The consensus is that 12-person is weird for many reasons. We think it's balanced, but the perception of it is awful. Also, we've taken out. I think 12-person has 3 Mafia.
Chat makes a good point that James died, not Fighter.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's not OGI about Fighter's
Shout
alignment.
out to H. Dender or
H. Dender.
Oh, man.
Yeah, shout out to that person. There's no OGI about Fighter's alignment because I don't know what the rand is. I just auto-completed whatever I was thinking about while talking to these gentlemen.
So, how many days do you think this game will go? Let's talk about something exciting.
I mean, it can somebody will die every night, so that that puts an upper limit on how long the game can go on for.
Yeah, obviously for chat, the play here is to start killing the green checked.
Yeah, so chat is dead. Good job, Meth. You're the best. And Logan can't speak. So.
And the alien has been activated.
Well, no, if you believe Spectrum also claimed teeth between Alien and Doctor.
Ah.
And he claimed he picked Doctor.
God damn it, we're talking about this and we hope the alien wins and now it's ruined.
Yeah, because you don't
Well,
like as a
That's what
player.
your goal is, right? If the alien wins, all the points go to one person.
Yeah. We want the alien to win. Let's go.
I'm not sure that's true because I think it's easier to pass a whole bunch of people that are a little bit ahead of you than pass one guy who gets a ton of points.
Yeah, but like there's 13 spots at the top.
Oh, right. I don't have to win this part of the season. I just have to be.
Yeah, you don't have to win this part of the season. You have to win the next
Okay,
part.
yeah. All right, fair enough. Go alien.
Yeah, you have to be the Giants, not the Patriots.
Haley making jokes about a sport none of us watches anyway. But on that note, we will go back to a game.
Come on, I bet half the stream has watched football.
Yeah, but like they're watching Mafia on a Tuesday night, so I'm not digging at you, chat. By the way, Aylin, let's wake him up.
Right,
let's put an end to this madness.
With more madness. March Madness.
Please no.
All right. I am sorry to announce that Chad has died. Chad was not Mafia, and today Logan may not speak and must turn off his camera.
And you have 4 minutes. Good luck, have fun.
So, if we lynch the prisoners, do we auto lose?
Basically, have to lynch the prisoners now.
If
So
we
basically,
lynch the prisoners and they're both town, do we lose automatically if it's wrong or no? Do we still have another lynch? Mike, you're muted.
I think we have to lynch the prisoners.
Lynch the prisoners now, and you go to 4, Mafia kills 1, and we go into a final 3.
I think, yeah, we have to lynch them, and then I think Logan wins, right?
It's.
I mean,
would Logan? Okay, let me ask you: would Logan axe himself? Anybody tell me?
Yeah,
that?
Logan would.
And that's that Josh and yours have to deal with them all.
Absolutely, I believe that.
I think he would from my 2 games of experience.
Logan.
The good thing
would
is
pride himself on a smart ass troll move like that.
Josh or I are survived, so it's literally a 50-50. So
why is yours so quiet on this?
I'm thinking about this. I think from my perspective, the ideal place to lynch Logan.
And if that's a town, then what?
Well, then
but
the
Logan
scum is in the prisoners. And
his reaction seems sincere, though.
Yeah, but we wake up tomorrow with 4, lynch the prisoners. Does that still work?
So if we lynched Logan today, if you guys assume that I'm town,
right,
and we lynched Logan today, then assume Spect is
wait,
killed.
why do we assume you? Why do
I'm
we?
just trying to work through
Just
this.
because he's the one talking. Just because he's the one talking. That's all right.
No, he said from his perspective, his point of view.
You can like imagine it from Logan's perspective too.
And
It's the
he's
same
talking
thing.
about the logic of it.
So
I want to vote fighter today. I think
I want to tell you,
we can do him
this is
tomorrow.
Fighter's
I
town.
know you think
This is Fighter's town.
I'm a scum, and the only problem I'm having with lynching the prisoners is I'm town.
Mike, if you say you're 100% sure, I'll believe you.
I'm not 100% sure, but this is his town play.
I like the idea of being able to lynch Mike Fighter and Eurus, or Mike Fighter and Logan over only Eurus or Logan.
I think you should YOLO onto the prisoners, and I think we should try that.
if we lynch town today, we lose. We have to lynch the scum
Yes.
or the town prisoner.
I would like to not have the responsibility if Dude Mike and I are town, to be honest with you, of trying to figure that shit out. So
I'm
gonna
reading
be putting
Fighter
up-
Town, and I'm thinking we're giving him 2 KP, and I don't think it's right. Because I know I'm
putting
down.
up Dude Mike because I would like to chance it and go for it and shoot.
I think it's a mistake because that's going
I'm
to be
gonna
the
put
final
up Logan.
3. You guys think about it. We'll be in the final 3 for town, and then all it takes is one mistake. And every time we're in the final 3, town loses.
There's no difference between Final 3 and Final 4 in this situation.
Here's the thing.
You're arguing about the Final 3, but there's no difference in this situation.
Dude Mike doesn't want me put up because Dude Mike might be the last Mafia, and he knows that if I get
That's what I think is going on here.
And if I get lynched today, that he gets revealed as the last Mafia because
That's what I think is going on.
I agree with Spectrum too and Fighter. So we could do Mike
Then why? Okay, if that was the case, then why wouldn't I want Logan put up?
I do want to point out that every time we've brought up since like mid-day one about lynching the thing, Mike never said, no, I'm town. He every time said, this is
I have said I'm town.
Huh?
I have said I am town.
Every time we brought up lynching, he's always said,
fine, lynch me. Go the game. I don't care.
Last time I called him out on something like that, and he told me I was lying even though I was telling the truth, he was Mafia.
I hate this, but
Mike, and they're both done.
I don't want the responsibility.
Time is up. If your name is Logan, please turn your camera back on. I am expecting 6 votes in my Discord. Please get your votes into Shakespeare. Oh man. The awful burden of Mafia games. Anything, Aiden? Anything whatsoever?
No.
Okay. You share my thing. Anyway, thank you so much for everybody who tuned in to watch us tonight. If you're not following, make sure you drop us a follow. I think we just passed 200 followers and we're happy about that. I'm waiting for a couple of votes. Actually, I'm waiting for like 3 votes, I believe. You have to get your votes in. There's no voting in nominations. You have to vote. Every single vote matters. I'm holding my breath. Okay, if you're voting for Mike, please put your hands up. 1, 2 for Mike. Mike gets nominated. If you are voting for Fighter, hands up. What about Josh? Spectrum. Jurist. 3 on Jurist, and I'm imagining the last one is on Logan. So Jurist and Mike are nominated. Everybody else turn off your cameras. Aiden, what order are they going to speak in?
It is Mike first, followed by Jurist.
Take it away, Mike. 1 minute.
I'm thinking Jurist is the scum here, because he was pushing on Logan at the very beginning of the day, wanting to just push on him. Logan seemed pretty sincere on his. I mean, the fact that he, I just say it annoyed me. Yes, I'm not going to lie about that, but it seemed sincere. So I'm not reading Logan as scum. Jurist, on the other hand, has been. Just do what you guys want. I'm.
Jurist, you have 1 minute whenever you're ready.
So obviously I'm going to be voting Dude Mike here. To address the concerns about why I nominated Logan and why I talked about nominating Logan, it's because from my perspective, that was the best move for me. If Logan ends up being town, then I know that the scum is in the prisoners, and I would be left in a 4-person scenario where probably Josh or Spectrum would be voteless, and I would have to choose between Dude Mike and Fighter, most likely. Actually, that is what would happen. I don't know why Dude Mike didn't understand that when I explained it the first time. I nominated Snooze on day 1 with Chad. There's no way that I would axe Logan there. If anything, I would probably axe myself or axe one of the confirmed town. I kind of think the last scum is probably Logan, but I'm going to be voting Dude Mike anyway.
Thank you so much. Please turn off your camera. The vote is only between Dude, Mike, and Jurist. And you have to get your votes in unless you wish to abstain, and you haven't done that in this game. Please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord. As soon as you've done that, turn your cameras back on. Twitch chat, this is your last chance to vote, or to bet, excuse me, with exclamation point bet 0 for Mike and bet 1 for Jurist. Who will die here is the question that we're all trying to answer. Josh, as soon as you're ready, you can turn your camera back on. And let's see what will happen. We are waiting. Twitch chat is very split in what their opinions are, but we're going to table that for a second because it's time to count the real votes. If you're voting for Mike, please put your hands up. And if you're voting for Jurist, please put your hands up. The vote is split, just like Twitch chat. We have 2 more attempts to break the tie. If the tie doesn't break, then the game ends in a tie between all surviving teams. Please get your votes into Shakespeare on Discord. If you voted, please put your hand to the camera because I have too many messages from some of you. Fighter, are you done voting? Okay, thank you. If you're voting for Dude Mike, please put your hands up. And if you're voting for yours, put your hands up. Dude Mike dies and reveals to be?
Mafia. Town wins.
Good job, Fighter.
Well played, well played.
Good job, guys.
I just, I really thought it was Mike, but Urist explained the logic I was using exactly as the same for both of us. Is that
Exactly.
I think it was.
But I thought that was a Super Townie formal.
Or to lynch you, Fighter.
I'm like, fuck that.
It was Mike too.
I loved it when Fighter was defending me so hard.
Sorry, what'd you say?
This is why Mike is down.
Like Mike,
I knew Mike was coming at the beginning of the game.
Josh, it is a cursed conversation whenever you try to talk to me.
We had.
I think you should have buried the axe.
I know.
Buried the axe.
I was trying to.
Let's hear the post game from Alien. I'm sorry to do this. I just wanna cut the discussion to manageable sizes. Alien, give us the post game.
So Spectrum was the thief between Alien and Doctor and chose Doctor. Clem was the police officer. Spectrum was the Doctor. Logan was a townsperson. Yours was a townsperson. James was a townsperson. Chad was a townsperson. Fighter was a townsperson. Josh was a townsperson. Fighter was prisoners with Dude Mike. Dude Mike was the axe. Alloy was the regular Mafia. And Snooze was the prostitute.
I mean, yeah. I was, yeah. Now we can do the post game.
I turned to Alien when this got random, and I went, motherfucker. I was so mad to be fucking prisoners with Dude Mike.
Guys, I just want to say I have the Dude Mike scum tell that always works. I thought he was scum when he said Chad should know better than to do this, because that is a little mafia neg he likes to do.
Hey, what's Myth's popular contest number thing? I owe him a vote.
14.
I can tell you, yeah, I can tell you what.
I think I lost that.
I know that I don't know.
Wait, Count did win. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you won the bet.
I don't know the setup as well as you guys. You've been playing for a while and this and that. But I really think that some of you that are hard behind certain things about the prostitutes need to reevaluate what you think about that. Not the prostitute, the prisoners. You need to reevaluate how you think about that.
Spectrum, you are not actually inexperienced relative to anyone else for prisoners. Prisoners are brand new.
Oh, okay. Well, then you all need to reevaluate what you think. Because earlier we wouldn't have been in that situation, like I tried to say. And I played 4 games now, and a prisoner has been Mafia 4 times. As a, I haven't had a town.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying index on that though.
I'm just saying getting rid of them earlier in the game when it doesn't hurt as much is
It hurts the same amount.
Lynching Fighter gives us so much information regardless of his alignment there.
Yes.
Can I just say, so it is true. It is true what James is saying, that killing a fighter is fine, but so is killing him afterwards. It hurts the same amount. Being in the situation where the prisoners are at the end and you have to decide between them, like the way we were doing, is actually fine. That was a fine situation for town.
The reason it's fine is because if we were to execute the prisoners,
voting for Eurus instead of Mike. And had we done that and Logan was the bad guy, we would have lynched 2 towns and Logan would have won.
Logan wins, yeah.
A day earlier, that situation doesn't come up.
Right. Then you just tie.
Right, but I don't want to tie. I want to win.
You don't tie in that situation because I would be axed, but also you need to think of it from the realm of if you think about that the Mafia could be distributed randomly, you say you lose in the minority chance that one specific person is Mafia. So if you think of things as a random distribution, if they're Mafias anywhere other than me, it's fine. It's overall the chance of town winning in that situation. If you don't know and you assume it's random, it's fine. Like it's not.
No, what it is, you would just kind of get fucked and we hate it.
Like in any particular Mafia situation at any point in the game, if like one or two specific people are Mafia from your perspective, like it's bad for you. This is always how it goes. Like you can always lose to one or two people. It always seems more harsh because of the way it's set up.
Spectrum's point is absolutely correct, though. Like I think if you
the-
don't resolve the prisoners early, the later you resolve them, the more painful it gets. Because
Okay,
here's the
so
situation.
the thing with that is that if we had lynched the prisoners earlier,
Yes.
we wouldn't have had the like extra confirmed town, and then my bad reads would have actually mattered. And
What extra
that would have been a real
confirmed
problem for
would we have
town.
had? Which extra confirmed town would we have?
You
If we lynched on the day I said to
Yeah,
do it,
you, Josh,
you would have went to bed, and Josh would have died. I mean, not Josh would have died. Chad would have died, which is exactly what happened. And we would have woke up with, instead of having killed whoever he killed on that day.
What really hurt us was the fact of
we would have been
Snooze
up.
dying day one. Him being
Yeah, we
hurt
would have
up.
saw Fighter. Fighter is town.
That hurt.
Mike hasn't died. We have confirmed Mafia.
And honestly, we wouldn't have woke up the next day because the game would have been over. We would have killed the third Mafia. But even if they were both town, so we go to bed and they kill two confirmed town, we still would have had a third confirmed town alive. It's just, and not have to deal with that. We're also setting ourselves up in a situation where they're both town and we go to sleep and the Mafia kills them because they know they're both town. And instead of a 1 death, we get a 2 death situation. You've got to resolve the prisoners earlier. You can't allow for that situation.
Let's say
in the game.
instead of 2 deaths, you get 4 deaths. There you go.
Yes, but like here's the deal: the 4 deaths narrow it down to a doctor, maybe without a vote, and the 3 people you're trying to reevaluate. So you get to final 3 really fast. But if James is town, right? James has like the lower probability of being town in that situation. If you just think about math, then like the prisoners combined, like one prisoner between the two, one Mafia between the 2 prisoners, is way more likely than James being Mafia there. So if you kill James, you're committing to never really evaluating the prisoners until the end of the game, which is like you have the chance to do that.
The thing that
does the math actually check out on one of the two, like between 2 prisoners, one is more likely to be Mafia than
hop off. It's been great playing with all of you.
Bye,
I
Alien.
I disagree with all of you. I think what happened in this game is perfectly fine and acceptable because what happened in this game,
you won, right?
the town really had to think about who was Mafia or not, and then eventually we came to the conclusion, yeah, there's probably a Mafia in the prisoners. Like it was just a game finding and solving rather than trying to brute force it. If we brute forced it, we would have gotten Micah because we would have killed.
If I would have voted for the person who was Mafia, then we would have lost. I voted for the person because in the final thing was me and Josh alive, which meant there were 4 options. I could have voted where there was 50% chance of hitting or 25% chance of hitting. And that's the only reason I did not vote Earths, because I had a 50% chance of getting if I killed Mike. I did not vote by the smart Mafia play. I voted by the numbers at that point. And that's what you're saying. You're saying we did it fine because we voted the right people. I didn't vote the right people. I should have voted Eurus, and we would have lost.
Right. All the Twitch chat was saying we need.
You would have tied.
Well, we
would
would
have
have won, though.
No, there's no tie. There's no
No,
tie.
we would have still won.
That's also what Ellie and I were saying in casting. Lynching the prisoners there is just bad. Like if they're both town, then you lose the game immediately. And
no,
if not both town, then you have a chance to do it the next day.
So how do we lose the game immediately? Because
the Axe is the only Mafia left.
Okay, so when
They
you
get 4
say
kills.
there, just say final 6 or final 8. In final 8, killing the prisoners gets you to a final 4. In final
That's
6,
fine.
getting
In
the
final
prisoners.
6, you cannot kill the prisoners because you lose 4, 1 gets axe, Mafia wins.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't think about the axe. Other than that, I thought.
I forgot about the axe as well. But that being said,
So maybe
if I remember, I still would have voted Mike, and then I would have said, "Well, I told you guys to kill him day 8. You wouldn't." So
okay. I think a lot of this. I think a lot of this, like a lot of the points being raised by by people are absolutely like correct and valid. I think there are many roads to victory in Mafia, and I think Mafia is a game that is difficult to play optimally, aside from in certain situations. And I think that there are definite situations where killing the prisoners early is good, and other situations when you want to leave it late. But I really want to ask a question.
Yeah, you don't just auto kill the prisoners they want. It's just bad.
I just meant there are certain people that have it in their mindset to just stay away, and it needs to be reevaluated. That's all I was saying.
So kind of what I was trying to do was please everybody with that one and wrap it up, as opposed to continue the discussion.
No, I wasn't talking about it 5 minutes. I was agreeing with you. That's all I meant.
Okay, chill. But Shakespeare,
Yep, so I just want to close the stream off by reminding everybody that they have to vote for their crowd favorite. So if you are wondering who your crowd favorite or your favorite player is and you're wondering how to support them, you can vote once per stream using these vote IDs. I mistyped the command, so let me type it again. Just find the number of the player you wish to vote for, then type !vote, followed by their number. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes of music just to do that, and after this we're probably gonna host somebody. Just go check out some of the people we find entertaining to watch. Everybody say goodbye. These were amazing games. Just wave to the camera. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll see you again on Saturday for some VOD reviews from different Mafia communities, and then on Sunday for the last games of this week. Thank you so much. Have a good night.